So in a movie world where video games and movies do not go hand in hand, we might be getting somewhere.
Yeah, I think we're walking in the right direction.
To fight this enemy, our world will perish.
Saving the world is not a one-man job.
We fight together or we die together.
You'll have me to protect you.
I need no one to protect me.
Well then. They're stronger. Be smarter.
This war will destroy us all. But together, we might stand a chance.
Whatever you plan to do, do it now!
Warcraft the movie. Disclaimer, neither of us have ever played a Warcraft game, so with that in mind, Warcraft fans, be gentle to us in the comments section.
I know you guys are a big community.
We have no idea how much of a rapport people who have watched Warcraft are going to have. It would be interesting to find that out, by the way. We don't know if this is a plot taken directly from the movie, but as we're doing one of our double reviews, we'll go through the plot and then go through our likes and dislikes and finish off with a score. With that said, the plot, from my understanding of the plot, is quite muffled in this movie. I just want to throw that out. Plot-wise, it's essentially the orcs are not from the same world as men. The orc clans are trying to gather their forces together to come into the human world and invade that human world. And with that, we have the title, Warcraft, of the clash of humans and orcs going head to head with each other. You've got some orcs who are resentful to their own kind about invading the human world, who want to go at it at a different angle, not destroy everything they touch, which I thought was interesting. You know, destruction breeds creation and vice versa. There was a good little theme in there. But all in all, did the movie, like most video games, make me think, oh, stop, I want to leave? Absolutely not.
That I would agree with you. The key point, I don't want to start off on a negative, but it was the detachment. Never playing Warcraft, I don't know. I had a bit of confusion as to, am I detached because I've not watched Warcraft, or am I detached because I'm trying to understand? You know, it's difficult on that level. Then it's the characters, how much of an importance they really are. Is there a standout character? Enough of it threw me on that scale.
Bit of both though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But go ahead with your likes.
It's a decent story. Confusing, but you can follow to it. The entering of the orcs, the mythology behind it, the scenery is really nice. They really capture the scene. The cinematography is worth it. There are some bad CG in it. I'm not fully advocating it to be perfect, but it's there. It's a strong story. It's a building of a franchise. At the end of the film, I definitely wanted to see more. It makes me want to know more about Warcraft. That I will give it.
On my side, I think they handled, what I found really interesting is that in fantasy, it's usually, and Lord of the Rings is a great example of this, it's very clear cut who's good, who's evil. You know, it's like Legolas, Gimli, Gandalf, race of men, elves, dwarves, they're good. Orcs in Middle-earth, they're bad. In that sense, hold your fire here before unleashing all fire and brimstone on me, but I actually thought this movie was better in Lord of the Rings only in the aspect that it wasn't so clear-cut who the good and evil was. Obviously, there was a one character who was clearly evil, but the orcs as a whole, it wasn't so clean-cut, orcs are bad. It wasn't that simple. For a fantasy, I found that to be quite novel. Disclaimer, is it better than Lord of the Rings? No. Not even close, all right? So, before unleashing on me. The other things I liked, as you said, I thought the CG was good. I thought some of the cinematography was really, really cool and interesting. Clearly, again, inspired by Lord of the Rings, big, sweeping, panoramic shots. I thought the way that it didn't look cheap, which is what so many video game movies are guilty of. There was some money put into this movie. There was good budget. I thought that it was a nice take, not just being a Lord of the Rings carbon copy or a fantasy carbon copy. it was definitely taken straight out of a video game, and from the few images and the few games that I've seen being played very briefly, I thought, again, don't know if I'm right here, Warcraft fans, but I thought that they actually did a good rendition of the game. It was very much its own IP, and I applaud it for that.
In that sense, yeah, there are certain shots that the cinematography gives you that Warcraft feeling.
Yeah, this is Warcraft.
Partially, again, we've seen that, especially for me, I've seen that much of the game being played.
Dislikes.
Right, this is it. My dislike is partially what you mentioned in your like, is that it feels like a poor man's Lord of the Rings. Not that it's cheap on budget.
No.
But it's like you just tried to copy it, but you're not that. And that is what I mean by poor man. The dwarves were like carbon copies of Lord of the Rings. They just had that. And with that, you kind of felt like, I'm now torn between Lord of the Rings and Warcraft the game, which then has me thinking, where am I in this? And that's what I had a bit of confusion. The storyline, as much as I followed it, it had the Lord of the Rings length, but it wasn't as easy to follow.
No.
But it's enjoyable. I can't take that away, but it was the confusion for me. The confusion is my biggest dislike in this.
Yeah, I'm going to build on that actually, because that's one of my dislikes too. My confusion comes from the fact that you've got the orcs and humans on each side, and within that you've got different factions. Especially on the orc side, you've got the Storm Rider Wolf Clan, you've got the Black Hand Orc Clan. But the thing is, go back to that first Lord of the Rings movie. 3 rings for the Elven Kings, 7 for the Dwarf Lords, 9 rings were given to the race of men, and 1 ring to rule them all. You know, instantly, within that minute, you've got a story set up. In this, you really don't know, like, because the orcs are all, while different looking, they're not that dissimilar to each other. When I say different from Lord of the Rings, there's a new take on the orcs, which is cool. But they're not that dissimilar enough to each other. You've got this almighty evil called the Fell. You're never really told, what is the Fell? What are we afraid of here? You're never actually told how, I can't go into spoilers, but there's someone who betrays the humans, and you're never really told, okay, why is he betraying them? What's the motivation there? What does he have to gain there? The plot is very muffled, and I have to say, unlike Lord of the Rings where the 3 hours fly by, this, I did feel that it dragged a bit.
Points, yeah.
Another positive I want to add though, the action, good. It's surprisingly good. Like when the orcs attack, like they hit.
It delivers. It really gives a bit of something. And on that, I will give, in that sense, again, it's the cinema behind it is perfect. It's just the story is good. But you need to honor the fact that it's not just Warcraft fans going to see it. The fact that Lord of the Rings has such a legacy but felt the need to explain it to the viewers, you need to do that as well for Warcraft.
Yeah.
It's not, again, we're not Warcraft fans, but both of us were excited for this movie.
Yeah.
And we're not
we
disappointed.
walked away liking it.
Yeah, we're not disappointed by it, but bring us in. Bring us into your world. That's all we need.
So your score?
On this one, I've been torn. You know what? I'm dropping from my initial 6.5. I'm going for a 6. It's above average. Slightly confusing, but it's still above average. It's a very good film. One of the best, if not the best, video game to movie that we've had out there.
I'm definitely going to agree with that last statement. I'm also going to drop my score slightly. When I left this film at the cinema, I was feeling excited because the only thing this movie had to deliver for me was, please don't be just another bad, cringeworthy video game to movie adaptation. It's not. The production value's good, the action's good, the CGI, while a bit bleak in most parts, is generally good. The camera work's good. Plot was a bit confusing. There wasn't enough rapport with the characters, and as non-Warcraft fans, I really felt like I missed out and I wasn't brought into the world. For that reason, hear me, don't go mad on my score here. I'm giving it a 5.5. But I actually did have a good time with this movie. Is it going to resonate throughout the ages? No. Was it a good summer blockbuster? Brainless fun? And was I entertained? Yes. Is this the start of maybe a good, like you said at the beginning, is this a step in the right direction for video game movies? Here's hoping.
US, I know you guys haven't got it just yet. It's coming to you guys. But UK fans, and just in general, what did you guys think? I'd like to know anywhere else around the world. I don't know what your release dates are. Please comment below, subscribe, give us a like, thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'd also like to ask all the Warcraft fans out there, because I was going to throw one thing onto the review, is that if you're a Warcraft fan, from my opinion, I would imagine maybe add a 1.5 to both of our scores, because it might have done good service. But Warcraft fans, also let us know, has this movie just, completely angered you because it hasn't done justice to the game that I know so many millions of you love? Or do you actually think, this has done a pretty good job with the game that I love? Let us know.
I've got a strong, that's what I was going to say. Either way, the point could either go up up or down based on your passion of the film.
Add 1.5 up or down if you like this
either
movie.
way. So I would love to hear from you guys. Please, again, if you are not on YouTube, subscribe. You just watch your YouTube videos and you came across us. Thank you very much. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, interact with us there as well. We'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
Tumblr as well. We got our movie reviews on there as well, and we also have a top 10 show that is worth watching on, worth listening to on iTunes. Hey, that's the one. So much vision. Better listening for you guys as well. So until then, I am Anthony Jordan.
I'm Nico Lero.
Guys, sitting there.
See ya.